You guys. Hey, you guys. Hello. So we are here today. Oh, I have my Friday outfit on. I have my little cowgirl outfit on. And so does little cat. He has his little spunky and hunky shirt on because today we're going to read about, I'm going to call him Tricky Dicky. And it's a kind of a freaky fairy tale. I've never heard of this one before. Scott, have you heard of Dick Whittington and his cat?
I have not.
Well, that's what we're gonna talk about today. It's kind of a freaky tale. Just like this little weirdo cat that likes to catch grasshoppers and stuff. So, what you got for us today, Scott? What's the word of wisdom for today? Do you have any?
No, I can't say that I do.
Okay. Well,
If you're a grasshopper, look out for the little cat.
If you are a grasshopper, I just saw a grasshopper get tortured for like 20 minutes outside. It was a mess. It was a mess. Something else happened outside too. Okay, Scott, I gotta show them. Y'all see these 3 little baby tomatoes? We grew our own tomatoes. This is like the first 3 that came out. We're so proud. We're proud parents. We're proud parents. Are you proud, Scott?
Wow.
As I was plucking these tomatoes, I was watching that little cat that you saw, so cute, torture a grasshopper, or 2 or 3. Okay, but in the meantime, in between time, let's get to this story. I think it might be a long one and a very freaky one. You ready, Scott?
I'm ready.
Okay. Once upon a time, there lived a poor boy named Dick Whittington. He lost his parents when he was quite young. That's so sad.
Yeah.
He strayed about the country for some time, having neither home nor friends. Oh, that's so sad. Dick, I'm gonna just start calling him Tricky Dicky. Okay? Because they be using his whole name. They literally just use this man's whole name every time they talk about him. He's just gonna be Tricky Dicky from now on, going forward. So y'all not confused. Tricky Dicky heard many strange stories from farmers as they talked with one another on market day in the village. He heard, among other things, that the streets of London were paved with gold. They be saying that about America too. And honey, some of these streets ain't even paved. Some of them got a bunch of potholes. What say you, Scott?
Yeah.
Don't be believing that. Or I mean, there may be some places with gold, but it ain't the regular areas, okay? He longed to go there. So he made up his mind that he would do so and seek his fortune. So he put up his belongings into a bundle and called his faithful cat. Faithful cat, come here. He left to go with him. He started on his journey. Hour after hour, he trudged along until he was worn out. Nobody knows how Tricky Dicky continued to find food on the road, nor how he could walk so far for so long, nor what he did at night for a place to lie down and sleep. However, Tricky Dicky reached London safely. Period, Tricky Dicky. You better do it, baby. If you put your mind to it, you can indeed do it. And Tricky Dicky did it. But alas, once there, he found that he had been deceived. Baby, I could have told you that. I just told y'all about America too. It is not paved in gold, baby. They would have stole them streets. They would have stole them the gold off the streets a long time ago. So, there's that. The streets were paved with hard stones covered in mud, and no gold was to be seen. He wandered about friendless and forlorn, for everyone seemed too busy to heed the starving boy. That makes me so sad for him. That's so sad. At last, he came to a house of a rich merchant and knocked at the door. The door was opened by the cook, who, seeing a raggedy, dirty boy on the steps, bade him be gone. But at that moment, the master of the house, Master Fitzwarren, returned home, and being touched with pity at the boy's miserable condition, ordered the cook to take him in and give him food, adding that he might stay there and do such work for the cook as he was able. Now, indeed, Tricky Dicky might have been happy had it not been for the ill usage of the cook, who knocked him around unmercifully. Why this starting to sound like Great Expectations? Did they get Great Expectations from this? Because wasn't the sister mean to him and he was an orphan?
Mm-hmm.
All this man needs to do is go into a cemetery, and baby, you got a whole Great Expectation book. Is Esmeralda? What was her name? Estella? Is Estella in here too? We shall see. It might get freaky with Estella. We don't know. For she was the most hard-hearted, ill-natured woman. She treated him so badly that the merchant's daughter interfered and tried to protect him, for she felt very sorry for the lonely lad. Yet, for all her orders that the boy was to be treated kindly, the cook found many opportunities to torment him, and I would have tormented her ass back. Let me tell you, I would have tormented her ass right on back. She would have learned that day. Sorry, y'all, I was in the military, and some of that just comes up every now and again. I don't negotiate with terrorists. Okay, one day the merchant called his servants together and told them that he had a ship ready to sail to foreign parts, and that each of them might venture something in her. Whatever they should send should pay neither freight nor custom, and they should have it fully, all it's sold for. That don't even make sense. Literally, that's what it say. This sentence don't make sense. Wait, where is it? Oh, right here. And, I can't read backwards. They should have fully all it sold for. What that means, Scott?
I don't know. I have to read the first part of the sentence.
We're going to let Scott read it out. Okay, Scott, read it so the people can know what we're talking about, because I don't know what the hell they're talking about there.
One day the merchant called his servants together and told them that he had a ship ready to sail to foreign parts, and that each of them might venture something in her. Whatever they sent should pay neither freight nor custom, and they should have fully all it sold for. Whatever they sent should pay neither freight nor custom, and they should have fully all it sold for.
I'm mouthing the words long because I'm like that. I'm talented. Okay, give it here, Scott.
Yeah, it's just weird.
It's just, yeah. Now do y'all see how English just be progressing and don't nobody know what the hell? Like, we got to stop at Sherlock time frame. I think that's as far back with English as I can go, because I don't know what these people just said in this book. And this supposed to be a fairy tale child book. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, okay. He like, I'll sell something for y'all so y'all get some extra money. Oh, I love that for them. Okay, wait. I lost my part because I gave the book to Scott. Okay. The merchant's daughter noticed that Tricky Dicky was not there and ordered him to be called. But I have nothing to venture, said Tricky Dicky sadly. Nothing but my faithful cat. Faithful cat. Where did he go? You know what? His brother over here. We got another faithful cat. Okay, come here, cat. Come here. Oh, come here, big cat. Okay, boom. Just like that. Huh? We got another cat. Cat, come sit with us as we read. Fetch thy cat then, boy, said the merchant, and send her. Now, Tricky Dicky has loath to part with. Look, the cat name is Scott. If you had pus coming out of like, say, a blister, what would you say? If I had like a bunch of pus running down, what would you call that?
Pussy? Yes,
that is what the cat's name is. Hey, it's freaky over here. We got Dick, Tricky Dicky, and Pussy. Anyway, now Tricky Dicky had law to part with Pussy, for he was fond of the little creature. However, he obeyed his master and with tears in his eyes gave Puss, well, we could just say Puss because it just says Puss right here, but she gonna go right on back. There go that Puss to the captain of the ship. But after this, poor Dicky's life became more and more intolerable, for the cook was constantly beating him. He in a knife full of kitchen. He in a kitchen full of knives. There's hot water over there. Like, girl, don't play with me, and I won't play with you. Is what the answer would have been. Was constantly beating him and always jeering at him. At last, he felt he could endure it no more and made up his mind he would run away. He got up one morning very early and, making up the few things he possessed into a tiny bundle, he slipped unseen out of the house. He trudged as far as a place called Highgate and there sat down on a stone to rest. As so he sat, the bells of Bow Church began ringing in the distance, and as they chimed, it seemed to Tricky Dicky that their sounds made a rhyme which ran thus in his ear: turn around, thrice Lord Mayor of London. Sir, how you get that from some bells ringing? Scott, start ringing some bells so I can be the mayor. Start ringing some. Lord Mayor of London, he said to himself, what would not one endure to be Lord Mayor of London? School, a bunch of college and college loans. But if I run away, I'll never have the chance. Well, I'll go back again and bear all the cook's pummeling and hard words rather than miss being Lord Mayor of London. Sir, how do you know that's guaranteed? So he hurried home as fast as his legs could carry him and luckily got into the house before the cook came down. While all this was happening at home, the ship which carried Tricky Dicky's cat was long beaten with tempestuous waves and at last was carried by contrary winds to the part of the coast of the Barbary unknown to the Englishmen, which was inhabited by Moors. Hey, Moors, how you doing? Shout out to the Moors. These people received them kindly and were anxious to see what the strangers had in their ship. So the captain, hoping to trade with them, showed them samples of his goods and sent also to the king of the country who lived about a mile from the sea. He was so well pleased with them that he invited the captain and the factor to come to his palace. Here they were placed, according to the custom of the countries, on rich carpets. Hey, period. They probably had bearskin rugs and, I don't know, cashmere, silk rugs. Probably nice. And the king and queen being seated at the supper end of the apartment, dinner was brought in. But as soon as the dishes were put down, an immense number of rats and mice rushed from every side and swarmed over the food, devouring it in an instant. No. I would have been like, it's time for me to go. Let's get back on the boat. It don't matter where it takes us. We got to go because they nasty. That's disgusting. Ew. How y'all just sitting there eating with a bunch of mice and rats just running around? Rats scare me because they tail are like this. They tail thick. It just looks really bad. Like, that's not okay. At this, the captain and the factor were much amazed, and the latter, turning to the nobles near, asked them if they did not find the vermin very offensive. I mean, hello. Indeed, we do, they replied. Then why suffer it? Inquired the factor. Right. Like, why y'all, how y'all got all this money? How y'all the king and the queen and y'all living like peasants? What's the perks? Suffer it, they exclaimed. But how are we to prevent it? How are y'all king and queen? How are y'all running a nation and y'all don't even know how to keep rats and mice from eating y'all dinner every night? This is backwards. This is sad. Our king would give the worth of half of his kingdom to know of a remedy. At this, the factor bethought him of Tricky Dicky's cat, and immediately told the king that he had a little animal on board that would make short work of these disagreeable creatures. So you mean to tell me, because the Moors were in, I want to say, the Middle East and North Africa. That's where they were like located when they were the Moors. You mean to tell me nobody in North Africa, that includes Egypt, I want to say, who worship cats, and nobody down to the Middle East, even though there are cats that I know are from the Middle East, I forget what the name of it. One of them swims. Yeah, they didn't know about cats. Nobody knew about cats. Nobody knew about pussies. This is sad. There's a problem here. Go bring this wonderful animal to me, cried the king. And if what you say as it to its power proves true, I will load your ship with gold and jewels in exchange for her. Honey, come find us. Come find us. Come find us. Come find me. Okay? I'll go over to that Humane Society, baby, and get you a whole ton of cats. You'll be like, mice who? Rats what? Hell, you can have the one that catch grasshoppers all the time. Oh, he loved catching grasshoppers, honey, and torturing them. And butterflies and everything else. Lizards. Everything. It's carcasses around here. Oh, but I do not know if we can spare her all together, said the factor. For then we in the ship shall be overrun with rats and mice as you are. Baby, not with all them jewels and diamonds on there. I wouldn't give a damn. Let's hurry up and get this to the bank. But however, to oblige your majesty, I will fetch her for you to see. Oh, do, exclaimed the queen, who had listened to all that passed. I am all impatient to see this wonderful creature. Girl, you didn't even know it existed. Off hurried the factor while another dinner was being presented, and returned with puss, just as the rats and mice were busy eating that also. Down among them he put her, and she flew around unaliving a great number. She flew around while the rest scattered away in dismay at the appearance of the new and unknown foe. Them mice knew about it. It was just the king and the queen didn't. It's probably all the people that they ruled over probably had cats. They were just the only two sitting there letting mice and rats nibble at their food and getting bubonic plague. Great was the joy of the king and the queen to see their enemies thus dispensed. And the queen desired that the cat might be brought near so she can see it. The factor called out, pussy, pussy, pussy. Hey. And the cat came running to him. Hey. We had Tricky Dicky and his pussy, baby. When he presented her to the queen, who was at first afraid to touch her, upon that the factor stroked the cat, saying, pussy, pussy, again. Hey, he stroked it. Hey, he be stroking. After this, the queen ventured to do so also. And then Pussy curled herself around in the queen's lap and purred herself to sleep. The king was so delighted with all that he bargained with the captain and the factor for the whole of the ship's cargo, and then gave them 10 times as much for the cat. He liked him some pussy. The king liked some pussy, baby. Period. Wait. So their business concluded, they took farewell of the king and the queen and the great nobles of the court, and hoisted their sails and went with a fair wind to England. And whither to we must return. Hey, let's get with them, y'all. One morning, very early, the merchant had gone to his counting house to arrange business for the day, when he was surprised by someone tapping at the door. Somebody just, who's there? He said. A friend was the answer. What friend can come at this unseasonable hour? Exclaimed the merchant. A real friend is never unseasonable. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. You don't want nobody random just knocking on your door coming unannounced. Yes, they are. I'll be like, nah, I ain't opening the door. And I come to bring news of your good ship, the unicorn. Up jumped the merchant in such joy that he almost forgot his gout. Sir, you got your joints messed up, sir. You got some, I think it's something kind of acid around your joints, sir. You eating too much meat, sir. And opening the door, there stood the captain and the factor with a cabinet of jewels. Oh wait, did I miss something? Okay, well, I feel like I'm missing something. This story just jumped. And a bill of landing, for which the latter, the merchant, on running his eyes over, devoutly thanked heaven for so prosperous a voyage. Yes, you just gotta find the Moors, make sure they ain't got no cat around there, let the mice eat your dinner, and baby, you get rich. Period. But what have you there? He asked, seeing the cabinet. Why, this is the price of Tricky Dicky's cat, answered the factor. And then he related the story of the rats and mice and showed the merchant the jewels of immense value which the king of the Moors had given in exchange for the pussy. For pussy. But indeed, added the captain, the treasure is too good for so poor a boy. See, they trying to cut him out. He done gave up his little faithful cat, and the cat then caught all the mice and the rats. And they trying to cut this man out of his money. I would have been pissed. See, he should have went with him. Then he could have avoided that mean cook. Heaven forbid that I should deprive him of a farthing of it, cried the honest merchant. Period. Period. We need more of him. Period. Go fetch the lad at once, that we may tell him of his good fortune. Now, Tricky Dicky was busy with his usual morning work, and when he was summoned, was very unwilling to appear in his soiled clothes and dirty hobnail shoes in his master's office. But he had to obey. And when at last he entered the room, the merchant bade them set a chair for him and begged him to be seated. Tricky Dicky stared around in astonishment, and then, thinking they were making sport of him, besought his master not to mock a poor simple fellow, but let him go about his business. But the merchant took him by the hand and said kindly, indeed, I am in earnest, and I have sent for you to congratulate you on your good fortune. This is Great Expectations. Remember, all of a sudden, Pip got called in there, and he was like, you got a benefactor, baby. You rich. You good. You Gucci. You moving to London. Yes, this is Great Expectations. Tricky Dicky and his cat is just Great Expectations before Great Expectations. For now has your cat brought you more money than I possess in all the world, and may you live long to enjoy it. I would have, let me tell you, that cook, I'd be like, let me go ahead and pay for her, and I would have made her ass cook in my kitchen, and she would have never know. Like, she would have been sitting there scared. Tables turn, now the tables turn. What goes around comes back around. Yes, sis, don't do it. This is the lesson learned. Don't be treating people bad because you don't know when you might, how them tables might turn. Period. At last, being shown all the jewels and assured they were all his, Tricky Dicky fell to his knees and thanked heaven, who had taken care of such a poor boy. He then entreated his master to accept the treasure, but the merchant refusing, and his daughter also, he had to content himself with liberally rewarding the captain and the factor and all the ship's crew, as well as making presents to all the servants, not even expecting the cross-grain cook. I guess he got her something too. I wouldn't have got her shit. I would never mind. How indeed did a happy time come to Dick, Tricky Dicky, that is. The merchant invited him to remain in his house till he could procure one of his own. The barber and teller were sent for. See, this is great expectations. And when Tricky Dicky left their hands with his hair cut and curled and clad in a rich suit, he proved such a handsome fellow that the merchant's daughter straight away fell in love with him. She fell in love with all that money. She was like, because why she ain't love him before? Love is love. As indeed he had loved her for all her kindness and compassion to him. This ain't nothing but great expectations. Because remember, he wanted to marry old girl. I forget her name. Mm-hmm. The merchant, and she was kind of nice to him. Not Estella, the other one, the maid that they got when the sister got her head busted in. The merchant had nothing loath to have so wealthy a son-in-law, and before long, the two young people were married. Period. At the ceremony were present both Lord Mayor and sheriffs and the eminent merchants of the city. Get your job, sir. You better network. So the prophecy that bow bells rang in the ear of the raggedy boy came true. 3 times was Richard Worthington made Lord Mayor of London. In the last year of his mayoralty, they just giving us new words here. He had the honor to entertain King Henry V. Sir, you should have stuck around for like 3 more generations and you could have had King Henry VIII. He was something else, baby. He was them wives, okay, we're not making it, okay? And his queen on their return from France. And so splendid was the reception given them that the king conferred on him the order of knighthood, period. You know who else got knighthood? Who? Elton John. Okay, you got to call him Sir Elton John. He got knighted by the queen. Period. And so did Tricky Dicky. He's Sir Tricky Dicky. The king looked around on the magnificence of the banquet and exclaimed, "Never, surely, did king have such a subject." "Nay," replied Tricky Dicky, "never surely did subject have such a king." So, Sir Richard Whittington and his wife lived long and happily, leaving worthy children to succeed them. All his life, he showed great charity and daily fed many poor citizens. Remember how he had wandered hungry and forlorn about the streets as a boy. He built a church and a college for poor scholars, also a hospital for the sick, so that the memory of Tricky Dicky Whittington and his cat should ever be told in London by the citizens of London town. Look at him, a grown man doing his thing, helping the people, period. That concludes this fairy tale.
Nice.
Scott, what are your thoughts? Do you have any lessons learned here? What do you think?
It's always good to have some cats around.
Period. No, we have too many cats around. So no. What you over there doing? See, one of them looking at me right now. What you over there doing? Go get us some diamonds and jewels. Go do something. Make yourself useful. Do you have any lessons learned?
That was it.
Okay, yeah, period. I have a couple. The first one. Be careful how you treat people. You don't know. Sometimes you up, but sometimes it go like this, and then they up above you. You never know. Also, never forget where you came from. You know how Tricky Dicky, after he got rich, after he got wealthy, he reached back. He gave back to the community. So make sure you guys are giving back to the community. And yeah, all stories can be recycled and recreated into something else. Because I feel like this fairy tale was first, and then Great Expectations came. So period. Look at everything, and sometimes you can remix and revise and come up with new refreshed versions of them. Not like the movies. Okay. Not like, what's one movie that they just keep redoing it? And I'm like, would y'all stop? Not like Final Destination. Like, we don't need no more. We don't need no more Saws. Not like that. Like, refreshed new.
Superman.
No more Superman. We don't need no more Too Fast, Too Furious. I'm tired. No more Matrix. No. Mama can't take it no more. So, those are our lessons learned. Did you have anything else, Scott? Did you guys have anything? Like, put y'all stuff down there. Comment if you want. Oh, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Did you have anything else?
That's it.
Okay, guys. Well, happy Friday for those who celebrated. I hope y'all have a great weekend. We'll be back tomorrow. And yeah, so from wherever we are to wherever you are, peace and love and happiness. And yeah, I'm about to go run outside and be a cowgirl. See if they got a mechanical bull somewhere or something. And enjoy my Friday night. So we will see you guys tomorrow unless something comes up. So with that, we bid you guys adieu.